How to Become a Gentleman Villain, a story now recorded in history books. Back then, the Klol Empire was still at war with the demi-humans. Their forces had reached the capital of Cloron. At that desperate time, the hero who led the Emperor's armies from the front was Obel Forcius, and the three young mages who supported him, Glass, the Seeker, Zelen, the Carver, and the Outcast, Khalid. Now the outcast who had faded into obscurity had returned to Sylvania Academy. Why did he return as a professor? Cough. Cough. Ugh. Professor Khalid? Claire Elfin asked sharply as smoke filled the room. The final examination is in 3 days, she exclaimed. We need to create the rubric for the field exam and submit it. What? Khalid muttered. We can just improvise. Really? Claire snapped. It is the final examination. The one where all of your students participate. You know this. Come up with something in your lab and submit it, Khalid replied lazily. It will be better than having me interfere. Sigh. All right, Claire said, defeated. Khalid leaned back and thought to himself, why did I even agree to fill Glass's empty position? Well, it probably does not matter anymore. Outside Ophelis Hall, Ed, Bell called. What brings you here? May I enter Ophelis Hall temporarily? Ed asked. Technically, no, Bell Maya replied. But since you are trustworthy, if you tell me your purpose, I will grant you access. Ed paused. I did not hide what I needed. When he spoke, both Bell and the senior maid froze in shock. The reason I am visiting Ophelis Hall today, Ed said calmly, is to prepare for a future danger. The senior maid immediately rushed inside. Ed continued inwardly. The danger of entering the Roth-Taylor mansion. I was killed by him once, even within the academy. To be honest, I want to use everything I have to wipe them out, but if I lay a hand on the Roth-Taylor family, backed by the royal family, I will be branded a traitor. Originally, the one who threatens him is Princess Phenia. She uses her authority to expose his crimes, human, sacrifice, forbidden research, collaboration with the evil god, under the light of day. But now, she is not making any moves. In the first place, she did not even become the student council president. There was no reason for her to clash with the Roth-Taylors. In that case, I must create a reason myself. The best method was infiltration. Enter the mansion and investigate directly. But without preparation, I do not know where I might end up dead. That place was under the complete control of Crepin Roth-Taylor, though we seem to be walking quite far. Ed, Bell said hesitantly. When the exams begin, do you plan on taking a break from camp work? Well, I will still handle the basics, Ed replied. I see. What is this? Ed wondered. Bell was not the type to start conversations casually. This route was clearly a maid-only passage, and my presence here stood out like a sore thumb. Could it be? Even though we were taking a long route, she deliberately chose a discreet path, one where students who remembered my expulsion would not notice me. Climb up this way, Bell said softly. Carefully. Whoa, Ed muttered. I see. This is the thoughtfulness of the head maid. However, why are we moving so slowly? Bell suddenly stopped and broke into a sweat. I have a very important question, she blurted out. This is extremely important. What is it? Ed asked. Well, it is hard to express. Could you give me a moment to think? It is, She glanced nervously down the hall. The Ophelis Hall senior maid, standing behind her, suddenly gave a firm thumbs up. Bell stiffened, sweating even more. She turned back to Ed. Nothing, she said quickly. I will explain next time. Please go ahead. Ed walked forward. So this is Tanya's room. I decided to send a reply to Crepin through Tanya. The letter read, Thank you for granting me this new opportunity. I shed tears of gratitude. I deeply regret my sins and have worked endlessly to become a better man. I have also gained several connections worthy of the Roth-Taylor name. I wish to prove my skills before you and introduce my close allies as well, Father. Ed smiled faintly. I do not even need to explain who the most trustworthy person to keep nearby is. Room 302, Lucy Merrill. Ed raised his hand toward the door, then paused. The door opened. Silver hair spilled into view. Lucy Merrill stood there, wearing a dress. The wind flowed in from the open window behind her, fluttering the curtains as she sat quietly on a chair. Hi, she said softly, her cheeks tinged with red. Oh, Bell said casually. It seems she is all dressed up as usual. You have not been to the camp recently, Ed said. Have you been busy? Lucy blinked. No. You seem completely different from how you look at camp, Ed continued. So this is how you usually are. I did not expect that, Lucy. Ed added hastily. It really suits you. I am surprised. Lucy lowered her gaze, flustered. You said you had business, Bell reminded him. What is it, Ed? Ah, Lucy, Ed said. After our exams, come with me and visit my home, and let us greet my father. Lucy froze. Belle froze as well. Ah? Ed blinked. Ahem. That was phrased a little strangely. To explain properly, this is the situation. Anyway, I am risking my life here. It will be a journey back to the Rothtailers, and it will take time. So I do not intend to ask this favor for free. I am only telling you this because I truly trust you, Lucy. I intend to dethrone Crepin Rothtailor. I know, Ed continued calmly. This is an act of rebellion against both my family and the Empire, but I no longer intend to allow my father to remain the head of the Rothtailers. Is your motive revenge? Lucy asked quietly, slouching in her chair. Ed was silent. I just want to survive, he said at last. After I overthrow my father, the one trying to harm me, the next head may be Tanya, but I would still be the eldest son of the greatest noble family on the continent. I would be in a position that is difficult to touch, and from that position, I will do everything I can for you. So, invest in me, Lucy. Lucy remained silent. I do not invest in things. As you know, she continued, I am not really interested in power. I see, Ed said quietly. So, Lucy asked, what do you think I am interested in? Hey, do you think I kept my promise with the old man? She stood and opened the window. Sunlight flooded the room. Has that danger truly passed? She asked. If I have fulfilled my promise, what should I be thinking about for the rest of my life? As I said, I have no interest in power. If I help you, it will be because I want to help you. That is all. But even so, I cannot do it for free. What do you need? Ed asked. What I fear, Lucy said slowly, is that after I keep my promise and cast away my burdens, I will have nothing left. Help me, she said, so that I will not be consumed by that emptiness. So, Ed asked, how can I do that? Lucy extended her pinky. Help me find a reason to live. Light shimmered against her outstretched finger. Her expression was stern, honest. Neither smiling nor crying, just Lucy. If I had not made this promise here, Ed thought, what kind of expression would she have shown? He reached out and locked his pinky with hers. Lucy's eyes widened, her face flushing crimson. For a moment, they simply stared at each other. Then, she hugged him. Ed froze. I have no way of truly understanding how much this promise means to Lucy. Lucy did not say anything else for a long while. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.